So much money, 800 million. You have that much money.
Umaru.
Yes.
You should know people. If indeed someone from this campaign had attempted to bribe Kennedy, do you think Kennedy would have waited until I put out the information I put out before he came back with that? He would already have been using this long ago. And that alone should tell you he's just trying to say something in his defense because of what I said last week.
You said he was asking for 500 million, was it?
This incident, and I will elaborate today, happened when I had not even joined the...
And who say and same be a cost between Kennedy, Agyapong, no any camp, and I think so a year Opare Ansah entem na womutre man na chese yadia Opare Ansah and na a yesika $800 million and womuka watch them say a free a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a camp eba womu said the bear ken ebe step down no wono ene yesa offer no na no ena sebe ehun sem foforo so ebeto odwa no mutwemu say ade na Opare Ansah na nkayera ken epese obeye ne campaign manager nanso na wo busa sika twitwiri die bia na mu odu ye pa na enam say ken alpha say sika na ma no eno ndi okojoy na Bawumia camp na afi ensem na bobo aba bedru sa $800 million me no ka say de yesi asem de ba wo say woje eye ni kyeremu fi eye afanu mienu no ye hu say camp yera Kennedy akompre kwa Agyapong ne camp omo de nsem bebre abeto monten so na nsen de abeto odwan kwa na efri wono ane nua be ma lawyer of Agyapong ho na eba na me no kase de yera Opare Ansah ono so agebre abusuan wa kyerekye nsem mu efri Genesis to Revelation said the nsem ni si ye nyina wode mu entwemu aba me makasa no enye tintin bebre ni yenkotie entwemu a wode ema asansem nyina.
Agyapong says you've been trying to bribe him out of the race. Are you afraid of him? Is Dr. Bawumia afraid of Agyapong? That you're giving him so much money, 800 million? You have that much money.
Umaru.
Yes.
You should know people. If indeed someone from this campaign had attempted to bribe Kennedy, do you think Kennedy would have waited until I put out the information I put out before he came back with that? He would already have been using this long ago. And that alone should tell you he's just trying to say something in his defense because of what I said last week.
You said he was asking for 500 million, was it?
This incident, and I will elaborate today, happened when I had not even joined the Bawumia campaign into the political fray. And that was when I did my consultations with the other aspirants. I mean, including, when I say other, at that time, because I was leaving the Alan side, so the other, including Dr. Bawumia. I engaged everybody. I engaged Kennedy's team. I sat with Opombio and I asked him a question. I said, Mr. Opon, and I said this in tree. Now, Kennedy, we are sure say Onjai or Kwayam. To which won't Kennedy stop this midway? I am sure all of you, the viewers, the journalists in this country, when he started, had that question.
I've asked him myself.
Thank you. So I asked Opombio this question, and then he laughed. I said, oh, this man. He sent me to Dr. Bawumia to go and negotiate for a $500 million worth of contract annually, which, if Dr. Bawumia agrees, then he will not contest it. And then he went on to tell me he heard Dr. Bawumia went to see Kennedy. So he called Kennedy to ask him, has daughter come to see you? He said, oh, don't mind him. He came, he didn't bring the proposal on the 500. So as for me, I'm going to contest him on court. This was told me by Mr. Opombio.
Who is Opombio?
Opombio is one of Kennedy's campaign team. In fact, he's the chairman of the campaign.
No, chairman is Kwame Owusu.
Kwame Owusu is the campaign manager.
Okay, that's fine.
So this is what Opombio told me. Okay, and I hadn't even joined the Bawumia campaign. So if Opombio did not tell me this, let Opombio come out and tell me, then I'll tell him the date and time in his house and who else was there.
So say it now. What's the date?
I'm waiting for him.
No, but
it was in September 2022.
Where?
In his house on the Agbogba Road.
Who else was in the house?
I want to protect the identity of one person because he's not a politician.
Okay.
He's a businessman and he would not want his name.
Was there anybody there who you can readily mention?
We were 4 there. The other guy is some William or something. Who is also part of the campaign of Kennedy. We were there. He said this and then laughed and said that if they were to make that offer to Kennedy today, he would find some good reason to tell the campaign team and then stop.
So you then decided to increase it to 800 million, which is what he said you offered him.
Me.
I mean, DMB.
Let Kennedy tell us who in the DMB campaign made the offer to him. You think when Kennedy is lying, every time he's lying, he said, "Whom they." But when he has real fact, he will mention names. Take that from me today. So, I have studied him over the years, and I know his ways. Every time he says, "They are doing this, they are doing that," he's lying.
So he's currently telling lies.
Let him come and name the person in the DMB campaign who approached him, where, when, and made the offer to him. I have told you where Opombio told me. If Opombio is lying, then I'm lying. And I had no reason to say this because I was not even part of the DMB campaign at the time.
He says your team is giving 4x4, 100,000 to constituency chairman and all of those things.
There is no truth in that. Let me tell you, the first person who started giving up pickups in this campaign is Kennedy. He gave a pickup to the Tamale North chairman, Chairman Sadat, we call him Chairman Short. I sat in that pickup. I went to Tamale. I was doing one-on-one with the chairman before the special delegates. I didn't know who he was supporting, and I was doing this exercise from a clear mind so that I'll be able to give a true report to Doctor. As soon as I landed in Tamale, I called the chairman because I was in his constituency. I stayed at Garba Lodge that day. I called him, "Chairman, I'm your constituency. Tomorrow, are you available to see me?" He said, "Oh, where are you?" I said, "I'm at Garba Lodge." He said, "Oh, I just drove past Garba Lodge on my way to Kamina Barracks. If you are not sleeping, I'll come back and see you." 10 minutes, he was there. He came. I asked him if there was any reason why he would not support Bawumia. He said, "No, he has nothing to say." He didn't say, "No, there's no reason." He said, "No, he has nothing to say to me. That's why I'm there." Then I sensed there was a problem. With my experience, I told him, "Look, I just came, I'm hungry. My driver has gone to sleep. Can he take me somewhere to buy some Akonfirm to eat?" He said, "Yes, yes." So they said Akonfirm around the overhead. Let's go. So I sat in his car. So we went, bought Akonfirm, ate Akonfirm, and he brought me back to the hotel. By this time, I had disarmed him. So now he started. "See, even this pickup, Kennedy brought it to me. I took it and people are angry with me. If I hadn't taken it, somebody else would have taken it." I said, "Hey," so I just sat in Kennedy's pickup and then we laughed at it. It is not only him. The Assistant Secretary of Savannah Region, Kennedy gave me a pickup. The Assistant Secretary of North, Upper East Region, Kennedy gave him a pickup. I can go list. Jokuku chairperson,
MPP chair.
Gifty, Kennedy bought her pickup.
So
he got pickups for a lot of people. There's nothing wrong with it.
So that's why you also decided to retaliate?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. Why? These are people helping to coordinate your campaign across the country. They need to move. You understand? It is in the normal course of every election. Don't NDC people buy pickups?
Kwame also, the campaign manager said they are having to give money because you are also giving, so they also have to try and catch up. So
that
they also are doing that.
That is not true. In the period leading to the election, 1 week to the election, Kennedy started calling delegates to his house at Movenpick and started giving them huge sums of money. Nobody had given anybody money. The night of the election, I was in his hotel, same hotel that we slept at, Elmina Beach Resort. He was in room 227. Sharing money, huge sums. People would take the money, I won't mention the amount. People take the money and then they come to my room to show it to me and tell me how much Kennedy has just given them. The morning of the election, he was still giving money to delegates.
He himself or his agent?
He himself, not his assigns. Kennedy himself.
And you can prove this.
I have people who would attest to this if it came up. I have people. Whereas Kennedy tries to portray himself as somebody who speaks for the base of the party, they have no illusion knowing that he's lying to them. every time you hear Kennedy speaking up on something, he's speaking for himself. You remember in 2018 when he was crying foul that people were trying to remove the CEO of Bost and that he hadn't done anything wrong. It was because he was pushing his son there to lift oil. That is why he was in defense of the man. When the new CEO who was appointed came and kicked out his son, he went there raving and ranting. Kennedy it was who told me in the house of the man I said I'm protecting his identity that he was giving contracts to go after Anas, and that now he has finished the job, the finance minister is not paying him. This was in September 2022, and that if the finance minister doesn't pay him, he has a video of a minister of state taking bribes in Dubai. He will release it. He told me, I'm not in government. You know the funny thing, all this while nobody knew I would ever support Dr. Bawumia. And then